Good afternoon, gamers, and welcome to today's video. Today, I am going to be breaking down Snapshot 24w11a for the upcoming 1.21 update. Now, this snapshot is jam-packed. We have a lot to go through, and it all circles around the trial chambers. So let's get straight into it. So, first change. The breeze will no longer drop wind charges when killed. It will instead drop a new one called the breeze rod. Look at these. So looting is applied, obviously. I think we can get a max up to 6, if not then 7 breeze rods from a single breeze. But these breeze rods are now used to craft wind charges. So now this way, if you get 1 breeze rod, you can get 4 charges. Now this way you get way more wind charges than you would have otherwise, which is very good because the wind charges are very cool, but you go through a lot of them pretty quickly, and breezes only spawn about like 2 per chamber that they're in, and they're not in every single chamber. So very good change. I do like it a lot. So moving on, we have 2 banner patterns. We have 2 new pattern designs. This right here is the flow design. It has this little spiral wind, and we have right here the Guster design, which is the breeze. So obviously these are both breeze inspired. They'll both be found in the trial chambers in the vault. We have some changes to the vaults now. So the vault loot tables have been updated. Now we will get wind charges, those 2 new pattern patterns, and a couple new items we'll get to in a minute. But the blocks around the vault have been changed. Previously they were copper blocks and chiseled copper blocks, but now they are chiseled tough bricks and polished andesite for whatever reason. But yeah, so let's go ahead and open up this vault and see if we can get anything new. Wind charges right there, honey, arrows, iron chestplate. The iron armor, that garbage loot is still there for whatever reason, but thankfully horse armor and saddles have been completely removed from the loot table of vaults, which is such a good thing because my oh my, there was such an abundance of saddles and friggin' horse armor for whatever reason. But moving on, we have surprisingly 3 new pottery sherds. So 3 new designs come with that. These will be found in the trial chambers. If you don't know already, decorated pots can spawn in that structure, and if you can smash them to get loot such as keys, emeralds, diamonds, etc. Now some of the pots will spawn with one face having this new design, or one of these new designs rather. Right here we have the flow design, which has same spiral as that banner pattern right there. The Guster pottery sherd, which is the breeze, just like the banner. And we have the scrape. Now this scrape is very nice. This is a very nice axe. I think out of the 3, scrape is my favorite, then flow, then Guster. The Guster is a bit too simple for my liking, but the other 2 are pretty nice. And I like that these aren't included in archaeology, but they're obviously still related to archaeology, so I think that adds some more depth to the chamber, maybe some mystery to that as well. Moving on, we have 2 new armor trims. We have flow and we have bolt. Flow is also named after the other 2 flow designs. This design of this windy spiral is carried over to armor, and it is very well executed. I like all the different spirals all over. It looks very windy. The breeze is very prevalent in this design. Look at that. And this color is nice. It's very nice. It resembles the breeze almost. And I like that the spiral has made its way to the face of the template. It's a very cool detail. And right here we have the bolt design. Has this linear design with the 2 little bolts everywhere, and that has carried over to the actual template. The actual armor design. I really do like this one as well. The pants. Oh man. The pants, the whole set actually is actually pretty fire. Personally, I'm not sure which one I would lean towards, flow or bolt. They're both very good. I think pieces from both, mixing and matching the 2 of them, would be a very good combination. But let me know down below which template, or rather what design you like better, flow or bolt. Now, as far as copying these templates go, like other templates, we will take the existing template, grab the corresponding block, which in this case is copper. You can use wax copper as well, it both works. We will throw it in the crafting table like so, and we will get a duplicate of our template. When it comes to duplicating the flow template, it actually is a little different because there's no block that looks like this. Instead, the flow smithing template is copied using breeze rods, which is very nice. I'm liking seeing multiple uses for this brand new item, the breeze rod. So just a little recap: breeze rods can be used to craft 4 wind charges or to duplicate the flow armor trim. And both of these new terms, these new templates, are going to be ones to seek because they are both very nice looking. These new templates will also be found and obtained from the vaults, as mentioned earlier. So we have these 2 banner patterns found in the vaults, the new vault blocks around it. We have the 2 new smithing templates, and then we can find these new sherds throughout the chambers. So we have another new item added to the vault loot table. This one actually has a 2.2% chance of ejecting from a vault, and that is the heavy core. Look at that. That texture is nice. It's kind of like the same size as a conduit, but it's like tough / stony looking. And yeah, let's mine this real quick with a diamond pickaxe. Yeah, so don't place it unless you have a spot you want it to be at. But yeah, so the use of the heavy core is actually quite interesting. So if you are unaware, on Tuesday, Mojang teased a new weapon. They posted 2 teasers. I made a quick little video covering that. So if you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and check that out if you'd like to. But this is actually used to craft the new weapon. The new weapon can be crafted with a breeze rod and a heavy core, like so. And oh, look at that. We have a new weapon, guys. Look at this. We have the Mace. The Mace is a very cool weapon. It's going to be pretty rare, actually, considering that the heavy core itself is a rare item. And this is actually the 3rd use for the breeze rod, so glad to see that this new item is getting many uses. Now the Mace by itself will do 7 attack damage, so that's the same as a diamond sword on Java Edition. And it works pretty much as every other weapon would work, except it has a few unique properties. So let's go ahead and go into creative mode so I don't take, so I can fly around. Basically, the damage from the Mace will scale the higher you go. So if you fall and you land a hit on a player or a mob, you'll do more damage the higher you go. With that, also comes another unique mechanic, whereas once you land that blow, any other mobs or players that were around the one that you hit will actually do knockback against. Look at that, it's like a blasted knockback, because my hit was so heavy and so hard that all these armor stands got flown away from their original spots, which I think is very, very cool. Now you may be wondering, if I have to get higher up and fall from a distance in order to land a hit or in order to do more damage, how am I not going to die? Because eventually the higher you go, even with feather falling, you will die or take damage. If you actually land the hit from the Mace, you will take no fall damage. The Mace will absorb all the fall damage if you land the hit. If you do not land the hit, however, you will take damage. So it's going to be all about timing. More so on Java Edition with attack cooldown. You won't be able to recharge in time and you'll hit the floor and die. But that's not an issue on Bedrock. Hopefully very soon, in a couple snapshots from now, we get new combat changes. This does seem a lot like a combat update, so I'm hoping we get some combat changes along with some enchantments. There are no unique enchantments for the Mace, nor can you put any enchantments on the Mace actually, which is kind of weird. And I'm hoping, as I said, for a new enchantment pretty soon. Now, as I mentioned with the damage scaling, based on your height, at a certain point, you can actually one-hit very high health mobs. So, you might not believe this, but you can one-hit a Warden from 120 blocks. If you go up 120 blocks from where the Warden is, you can one-hit it, like so. This weapon does not need sharpness. All you need is some height. My oh my, is this overpowered. So you can kill an ender dragon if you got high enough, one tap it. Um, this thing's busted. Mind you, you won't take any fall damage from it. And if there's anything else around whatever you hit, they will get shot back like these armor stands had. And the knockback effect is apparently supposed to scale with the height that you had. I have seen some people call this a new combat meta. So if we take a wind charge, as if you know, the wind charge can launch you in the air. So if you've mastered enough, you could launch yourself with a wind charge and then land a hit on a mob or player and deal more damage than you would have otherwise. So let's try to demonstrate this with this pig right here. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be so fun. There are also new components for the trial chambers. So some of the rooms have been redone and some have been added and changed. I'm unable to show you because each component within each component within each room is like individually determined. So if I showed you quote unquote the room, some of the features like paths or platforms or pedestals, they won't generate with it. And my world does not seem, and I've actually loaded a couple, I've not been able to find any of the new rooms. I've only found existing ones. But changes to know are that the vault blocks around them are changed. The decorated pots will sometimes have the new sherds. Loot tables of the vaults have been updated, and more rooms will spawn with more vaults and more spawners, especially the corridor. The corridor will spawn with more. The corridor will generate with more trial spawners, so there'll be more mobs all at once. And the pedestal, from what I've seen online, I'll probably throw a picture up right here, actually has like 4 spawners right next to each other. So some of these new rooms are going to be crazy. So I hope to find some for the next week's snapshot and show you then, and on top of covering whatever else is added. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this snapshot. Personally, I very much enjoyed this snapshot. This is a very big one, and I'm getting more and more excited for update 1.21. I assume snapshots will slow down in a week or two in favor of doing pre-releases for 1.20.5, and then obviously the update needs to come out as well. But until then, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this snapshot breakdown. Like I said, let me know your guys' thoughts of everything below. Your thoughts with the weapon. Do you think we'll see a new enchantment added for it next week? And let me know which armor trim you prefer, the bolt or the flow armor trim. But yeah, until then, guys, I've been Damp Towel, and I will see you guys next week with more snapshot coverage. Bye!